Good day. Welcome to your weekly Uhuru News Bulletin.
In the news headlines this week, civil society organizations call for public hearings on new draft code of good practice on dismissal.
Parliament plans to visit Barview College in the coming weeks.
Samatu rejects the cutting of overtime for doctors.
And SASSA says it is taking a stand against corrupt officials. Good day. I'm Elona.
And I'm Liyabona. 30 civil society organizations, including trade unions, legal advice offices, labor service organizations, and social movements, have filed a joint submission against the new draft code of good practice on dismissal for our labor law and are calling for public hearings. The new draft code of good practice on dismissal is part of the amendment to the labor laws that has been secretly negotiated at the National Economic Development and Labor Council by business leadership, trade union leaders, and the government since 2022. The proposed amendments are viewed as an attack on workers' rights and belong to the apartheid era, according to John Apollos from the Casual Workers Advice Office.
The essence of the draft code makes disciplinary hearings either informal or even optional for employers. There's a new section relating to small businesses, which is not in the existing code. Now, small businesses, in terms of the new draft code, would not need to have any formal disciplinary hearings when they want to dismiss the workers. Other employers can have different options. They can have a dialogue, a conversation with the worker who they want to charge and dismiss.
The submission by the organizations calls for public hearings on the proposed amendments as they feel that the NEDLAC structure excludes the voices of millions of workers and communities.
These are kind of rights that workers fought for. I mean, these are not rights that were given by the employers or even by the state through goodwill. But they are also important rights because it protects the workers against, as I said earlier on, the arbitrary powers of employers, because employers want absolute freedom to hire and fire workers the way they want.
The Basic Education Portfolio Committee in Parliament says it plans to visit Barview College in Matatiela in the coming weeks as it is not satisfied with the way the school handled a case of sexual assault based on the report by the provincial department. A 7-year-old girl from Barview College was raped at the school while waiting for a lift in October last year. The Eastern Cape Department of Education told Parliament that it took weeks after the brutal rape of Cwecwe for the school principal to inform the circuit manager of this case. Sharon Marstorp is the provincial head of department.
On the 14th of October, this alleged incident took place. The principal of the school was aware of it, but however, the principal did not report the matter. On 11 December, the principal and board members were absent in the meeting. And it's very important to note this, Honourable, the fact that the case was not reported when the incident took place. No report was available. And then also the absence of the board members in a very important meeting on the 11th of December. So on the 28th of March, then we have served the school with a registration notice. For us as a department, this was important because we wanted now to bring everybody on board. And in the one hand, the media really took this matter and this matter now was all over the country, the deregistration. It was an outcry from us as a department, an outcry that we need this matter, that all departments start now dealing with this matter urgently and gives the matter the attention. Yes, later on, because of the legal team, the principal got in, and then the legal team forced us as the department basically to withdraw our deregistration of the school.
There has been a wave of protests recently after it emerged that there had been delays with the case, which included the school principal refusing to give a DNA sample. According to the Circuit Chief Director, Monwabi Simbangeni, the school board is all white and the school has 665 learners from grade R to grade 12 who are all black. Bangeni said that there is an ongoing racism case against the principal that the department was investigating.
This is an independent school situated in Matatiele, of course, with the school board that is all white, with a learner enrollment of 665 learners stretching from grade R up to grade 12, all black. There's not even a single white learner that is in the institution. The principal also is white. With regards to the other cases that might also be in the institution, I want to be honest that in the process of this rape case, there was also a case that was being investigated of the concerns that were raised by educators where they were accusing the principal of being racist.
Updating the media on the case recently, the police minister said that there has been no foreign DNA found. The police ministry told the reporters that it is untrue that the police has obtained DNA of the Barview College principal. Afrikaner rights group AfriForum has also commented in defense of the school principal.
Now, DNA testing was done on the victim as per procedure. And the outcome of those who were dealing with the matter was that no foreign DNA could be found on the victim. But in the course of time, there were 3 persons of interest who emerged. Now, that then required further DNA testing to be done.
The South African Medical Association Trade Union, SAMATU, is calling on doctors in Gauteng and other parts of the country to reject the proposed move to reduce overtime for doctors without consultation with the union. The union says that as a part of the austerity measures in public health care, the Gauteng Department of Health wants to slash the salaries of doctors by reducing commuted overtime and consequently the doctors' salaries. The union claims that the emerging austerity measure is not isolated to Gauteng, as there are ongoing disputes in other provinces such as Limpopo and Mpumalanga. According to the South African Medical Association CEO, Dr. Mzulungile Nodikida, the slashing of salaries of doctors by cutting overtime would affect the living standards of doctors around the country.
We have got very serious austerity measures, very crippling budget cuts that affect not only our capacity to hire doctors, but to perform quite a large number of functions.
How is it legal to cut overtime for doctors in some provinces and not in others? Surely it should be nationally decided. This is exactly the point we're making to national. Other unions such as Hospice are also taking up the fight for overtime. How can our employment conditions be changed without consultation? To lose such a large part of our salary will cause a mass exodus of doctors. Why are they focusing on the doctors overtime when there are many other issues that needs to be addressed, such as mismanagement? This goes beyond just doctors. It affects patients. It's a human rights issue because there are patients who are not getting the services that they are supposed to get on the basis of whatever policies that are being implemented.
Health care, including emergency care, is a constitutional matter which should not be compromised.
And finally, the South African Security Agency says that they are taking a stand against corrupt officials and employees. Following the arrest of 8 officials only in Gauteng so far, the acting CEO of the agency has launched various anti-fraud initiatives and strategies to manage this nationwide problem as investigation continues. Elita Twabe reports.
Addressing the media at the Maslow Hotel at a dinner in Sandton on Thursday evening last week, the acting CEO of the Social Security Agency, Themba Matlovu, said that the agency hangs its head in shame at the recent arrests made for corruption and fraud within their organization.
We have been able to do what we call continuous review process, including verification of every transactions that happen in various local offices, data analysis, missing files, activities that led us to pick up some of the suspicious transactions that happened recently. which we subjected them for further investigations.
Tlowu said that he is confident that the measures they have put in place as an agency will help to ensure that the right beneficiaries are paid at the right time.
Systems that we have put in place, these operational and control measures that we put in place will definitely assist us in a long way to ensure that only eligible beneficiaries are paid.
And that's all we have for you this week.
We'll be back next week with more social justice news.